Hello and welcome to my £20 a month Norton, and a video which will be even more relaxed and casual than normal, because this is just a bit of a rambly vlog really. I want to give you a bit of an update on the Norton, which I will do, but first of all I want to talk about a completely different kind of new motorbike. I guess pretty much the polar opposite of this, which is the new, well no, they're not that new now, but the, is this where I'm going? Conington. Am I going to Conington? No, I'm not going to Conington. Yeah, the Kawasaki hybrid. So that's the Z7 hybrid, that's the naked, and the Ninja 7 hybrid, the kind of fair, slightly sporty one with clip-ons on risers, whatever you want to call them. So the reason why I talk about those is because there have been some ridiculous discounts on them doing the rounds. By ridiculous, I mean half price. Near enough half price on pre-registered bikes. So yeah, the starting price of those bikes was I think it was about just under 12 grand, 11 and a half I think, and there have been discounts doing the rounds on pre-registered bikes, so they're technically not new but they are unused bikes, and they have been going for 6 grand. That is ridiculous. A brand new bike. I mean, obviously 11.5 grand for those bikes. It was always going to be a bit of a hard sell. They're very intriguing bikes. The hybrid system with a fairly big battery and a motor that weirdly that drives through the gearbox. That's quite unusual as far as hybrid systems goes, you know, on cars. Yeah, they're obviously a hard sell. Certainly if you look on Autotrader, the bikes that are on there, they're almost all pre-reg or ex-demo. So I don't think many, if anyone, was convinced to spend the full amount. But yeah, 6 grand, that's a ridiculous amount of money. I was going to do a whole video just on that, but to be honest, I don't think they're going to stick around for long, because, you know, I spoke to one dealer and it sounded like they were already out of the stock they had, and let's be honest, they're probably not going to have that many in the first place. But yeah, this kind of ties into a video I did recently about new bike discounts, because at the moment there are some, yeah, absolutely huge discounts that I don't think are ever going to be repeated. So now is a very good time to buy a new motorbike, whether it's a weird Kawasaki hybrid or not. Yeah, but back to those. I mean, yeah, 6 grand. I mean, from what all the write-ups say, they're not hugely exciting. They're very interesting, but they're not, you know, massively exciting. But as a commuter, it's probably going to be quite economical. That's quite tempting. So that undercuts then the new Honda, updated Honda NCX 750, or is it NC 750X? I can never remember. Yeah, undercuts that bike by over 2 grand, I think. Those are sort of 8.5, 8.6. So yeah, that's 6 grand. You know, for the price. That's the price of you know, a very basic Honda CB 500 Hornet. If you want a commuter bike, that's an absolute bargain. And the electric bikes, the discounts are even bigger. So I think the one I was looking at this morning, it was the ZE1, and that was down to £3,600, and it was over 4 grand off. So that's less than half price. And those are, they're 125 equivalent bikes, those. So, but that means it's cheaper than really most, yeah, petrol powered 125s. The caveat of that is, yeah, you know, by the time you watch this, by the time I've edited it, I imagine most, if not all of them, will be gone, because I think a lot of people have looked at them obviously and gone, you know, commuter bike, that's a bargain, I'm going to have some of that. The electric ones, I don't know, potentially worth inquiring. I'll probably update the comments. I might do a bit of digging. The problem is, as I'm filming this, it's a Sunday. Most dealers are closed Sunday and Monday, so it's not really until Tuesday I'm going to do some digging and find out if any of these are still around. But yeah, if you want an electric or electrified Kawasaki, now is the time, it would seem. But yeah, would you have one for 6 grand? As I mean, you know, I think obviously 12, you know, these are going to be expensive bikes to make, expensive bikes to develop, so I do understand why they cost that much. Oh Jesus. But yeah, it was obviously a hard sell for people, so yeah, now 6 grand, absolute bargain. So, Norton update. As you can see, literally, right now, we have... Oh my god, this is a bumpy road. We have gone over the 300 mile point. That's the initial breaking in period. I probably won't do like I guess a review or whatever you want to call it, my likes and dislikes. I'm going to wait a bit longer. I think that there are so many reviews already out on this bike, I might as well take advantage of the fact that I have this now for 2 years and do like a longer term thing. I'll do a few hundred more, maybe a few more 100 miles on it, and then I'll do a video, probably like a 6-month update. But yeah, I've been really enjoying riding actually. The weather finally, I'm going to open my lid as well because it's a bit chilly still, but we've got sun. We're in, I think, pretty much double-digit temperatures now, and it feels great. Having been for a long time a fair weather rider, in recent years I have ridden through winter, but not on this. On any winter riding I've been doing has been generally on the VFR or the Triumph, because, well, yeah, they're cheap. I know obviously effectively it's cheap, but I've got to keep it nice so that when I hand it back at the end of the 2 years, there'll be no penalties to pay. And there are a lot of shiny polished metal bits on that don't take too kindly to road salt and grime and that kind of thing. Yeah, this is a proper feel-good bike. It's just, it puts a smiley face. It's something you just go out, you take it on a Sunday afternoon, much like I'm doing now. Not necessarily long rides. I will, though, I think, take it on a smaller... Oh, he took a start, didn't he? A smaller tour in the UK. Probably up to... I've been talking to a few mates about going up to the North York Moors. This summer I've done a lot of car photo shoots for when I was at Car Throttle and when I was at Auto Express. Never been up there on a bike, so I quite fancy that. It's not too far from where I am, lovely roads from up there. That will probably be somewhere around May. But for the most part, yeah, this is just going to be my go-to bike for just popping out at lunch, popping out at the weekend, just having a nice little ride, because it is perfect for that. Other stuff going on, the Triumph, if you saw my last video, the Triumph I am going to sell. I did at the time feign concerns about garage space and paying for lots of insurance and tax and everything, but I think really what's probably going to happen is I'm going to end up just buying something off of Facebook. In fact, I look at Facebook Marketplace every single day and I keep seeing things, thinking, oh, should I get that? I keep looking at kind of bikes that are in bits and thinking, should I get that, and re-throw myself into a massive project, because I'm not the most mechanically minded, and maybe that's a good way to to do that, because you haven't got much to lose really. It's already in bits and it's already knackered. I think that's why I'm a bit reticent to get into doing the whole sprag clutch thing on the VFR, because it's a perfectly good working bike at the moment. If I screw something up, or it turns out there's a part I need and I can't get hold of it. Apparently the sprag clutches themselves are quite difficult to get hold of, someone was telling me in the comments. So yeah, I kind of don't want to get into all that and then take a perfectly good working bike, well, mostly working bike, off of the road, and so yeah, that was it really. Just like a little vlog, little rambling session, partly because I wanted to talk about those Kawasaki deals. I was going to do a short about it, but I thought it would be easier just to... CLA 35 shooting brake, that's quite a cool car. Underrated, I would say, which I think is a nice way of saying no one buys them. Is that my mate Matt? Alright. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the Kawasaki's, give a bit of an update on the Norton, because obviously it's not really been seen other than hiding in the background of a video. But yeah, just want to talk about those and have a bit of a ramble really. If you tolerated these ramblings, please do like the video, it really does help, and please subscribe as well. Yeah, bye.